Afternoon VC. Alright, so this is going to be my quick end of year roundup video for basically the best of. Again, just like I said in my last video and like Sean pointed out, it's not really best of anything. These are just my favorite records that of what I picked up. So like I only bought I think 9 new jazz records from 2023, like new releases. I don't buy a lot of new jazz. I'm always digging into the past. But of those, we're going to show 5 of those, and then all the heavy stuff that I listen to will show 5 of those. And so basically, here's 10 records. But especially the 5 in the heavier stuff really, to me, kind of stood out from everything else that I bought this year. I probably bought 38 or so new releases as far as everything else is concerned. I think that's when I did the math. So yeah, this is kind of that deal. So we'll start with the jazz. At number 5, I have Muriel Grossman, Devotion, and I just showed this and talked about it. So to be redundant, this is just great spiritual jazz. Leaving RR Gems and now with Third Man Records for this release. It's a gatefold, really fantastic cardstock, beautiful vinyl. It sounds incredible. She's a fantastic saxophone player from Ibiza in Spain, I think originally from Austria. They did this limited release for indie record stores. So there's orange, and then I think the other, there's 2 colors. The other one's more of a grayish color. And it comes with a download. The band with her is really fantastic. I dropped my download card. Or no, it's just the hype sticker. Anyway, yeah, the guitar player's great. Eastern European players. She just totally has the John Coltrane vibe, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Very similar in tone to his spiritual stuff. There's the silvery gray on the other vinyl. Really nice sleeves. This was very well done by Third Man. Kind of odd for them to do jazz, but that's what they're doing now. I guess they're doing some of the Verve by request stuff or whatever that is. Yeah, so I just got this, and this fills in at number 5 for me. Some beautiful stuff. And I wish I had some of her other records, but God, they get so pricey so fast. And I never see them here in Charlotte. And they're on RR Gems out of Estonia, which is a phenomenal label. It's just they require a plane ticket most of the time, unless you jump on the Dusty Groove train in time, which I'm always too late to the party on that. Number 4, and there's going to be a theme throughout these top 5, International Anthem Recording Company label out of Chicago is just hitting home runs. I've talked about it a million times. So this is going to be heavy on that label. It's basically the modern day Strata East. So at number 4, Angel Bat David, Requiem for Jazz. Fantastic. She's basically the female Sun Ra. For me. What's the hype say on this one? Black classical funeral mass marries art and orchestra with beatwork, chorus, and aria in mournful ritual to grieve the death of jazz and instigate the proclamation of great black music. You've got Marshall Allen and Noel Scott from the current version of Sun Ra Orchestra. Marshall Allen pushing 100 years old, or is he 100? And still can play the hell out of the horn. And they appear here. So even they now understand her deal. Yeah, so yeah, if you like Sun Ra, then Angel Bat David is for you. And then at number 3, I've got on the same label Jamie Branch, Fly or Die, Fly or Die, Fly or Die World War. What turned out to be a posthumous release, as she tragically took her own life. Phenomenal trumpet player, politically charged stuff. that she's done. Very aggressive with the instrument at times, in a damn good way. This is fantastic. Great band here. Chad Taylor on drums, phenomenal. And then Daniel Villarreal, who's a favorite of mine, is also on this, on conga and percussion, that adds another great element to the music. This says, final flight of an extra celestial ensemble on the wings of a cosmic courier and trumpet colossus. Yeah, she's going to be highly, highly missed. And artwork, yeah, there's just so much great about this label. So that's my number 3. My number 2 will be no surprise, and will be probably most everybody's number 1. Natural Information Society. Since Time is Gravity, the community ensemble with Ari Brown, Joshua Abrams project. This is just gorgeous music all the way through. I mean, what's there to say? Everybody knows this record from this year. There's not a lot I need to say about it that hasn't already been said. Dom champions this record among many others, and it is beautiful, like the others. Hamid Drake's here, one of my favorite drummers of all time. And when he's involved in any project, I pay attention, and for him to get involved with Joshua Abrams is top notch. And this would have been my top jazz album of the year, even though I don't know. I guess it's jazzy. I mean, it's very ambient, and there's a lot of other things going on. But my number 1, and this is for 2 years in a row, is a release by Daniel Villarreal, and that's Lotos B, with Jeff Parker and Anna Butters. The music is not from 2023, it's from 2020, but it just was released, so I'm going to count this. This is number 1 because of Jeff Parker's playing on guitar on this, to be honest with you. Some of the best I've heard from him. Phenomenal guitar on this. And Anna Butters at times takes over on the bass. Daniel is just so much groove to what he does, and it does it in such a unique style. So 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. Daniel Villarreal, my number 1 jazz record. And again, International Anthem Recording Company. Moving on to the heavier stuff. Number 5, Pile, All Fiction, one of my favorite bands. You know that from watching my channel. From Boston. Rick McGuire, Can Do No Wrong. Not a band for everybody. It took me a little bit to get into them. The vocal style is very unique to Rick. You know when you're hearing Rick. Because within just one set of lyrics, he can bring his tone up and down. It's how he'll the way he sings, he'll bring his pitch up and then bring it down, even within separate words. He has this style, and he uses his voice as an instrument. Even in the heavier stuff, even when he's screaming, he's very unique vocalist. But his guitar is even more unique. His guitar playing, because he now has he's harnessed their sound that he was doing, crudely. Now they have a pedal that was made, the Mirror House pedal, which I have right here. It's a detune pedal, and like a pitch shifter, but taken to the next level. And now this band has added, he's playing synth. So he's added synth to the band, and it takes the songs to a new level. Incredible band. The bass player is a monster. The drummer's great. They just progress and get better all the time, this band. There are not many bands you can say that about, that just continue to get better. Everybody goes, oh, well, their first record's the best. This band, every record they put out becomes their best. This album came out this year, and they've already put out an EP after this that hasn't been released physically yet, and it's better than this. Scaling Wall song or whatever that's come out. Unbelievably good. Dark stuff. Yeah, I gotta collect all the Ricks, is what somebody said, and yeah. Anyway, Exploding in Sound Records, Pile, All Fiction. I'll show you the vinyl on this one. I'm pretty sure I got the limited. It's a gatefold. And if you, adding in the synth, if you like some of the darker 80s stuff, you probably are going to get into this newer Pile stuff. It's on this really cool color, almost like a purplish lavender. What a great band. They've done so much over the years. They've been around a long time, and their popularity has grown and grown and grown, and for good reason. So that's my number 5. And I was surprised it was down at number 5, but that's where it ended up. Number 4, and this will be high on a lot of lists, is The Facts, Still Life and Decay. This is just really fucking good. Trio drummer, very busy drummer, very good driving beats. The guitarist is unique in some of the picking that he does, high on the fretboard, and good. He's a good vocalist. It sounds similar to some others that I've heard in the past. Nothing unique there with that style, but the bass player stands out on this. Female bass player just fucking brings it. Really good, deep, throbbing tone. When You Say, he's got a great video. The second song. There's only 6 songs here, but this I'm gonna count this. So as far as albums of the year or whatever, so this is my number. I think they're out of Chicago. It's on Trouble in Mind, a really good label. A lot of people picked up on this. I want to say, how did I learn about this band? Oh, through the Vinyl Douche. Because he always is great about putting in clips of videos and stuff in his videos. Unlike me, I'm too lazy to do that. So thank you to the Vinyl Douche, Sam, for all that he does to help us learn about great music, which is why I'm in the vinyl community, to learn from others. There's nothing wrong with it. Here's the red. And this was kind of hard to get for a minute, the red vinyl. I think I got the last copy from somewhere. So that's my number, number 4? Yeah, it's only my number 4. Like I said, it might be a lot of people's number 1. My number 3, another one, I think from Sam that I got turned on to, is this band, The Men. This is on Fuzz Club. This is New York City. God, this is fucking great. There's not a bad song on this. It's hard. They're just good rock and roll, is the way I would describe it. Yeah, I mean, just and we're all adults here. Any of this stuff I'm showing, the internet exists. So you can type in www.bandcamp.com or www.youtube.com, or you can go on whatever streaming services you have and you can listen to this stuff yourself. I don't need to give you a sample or anything else. You can just go listen to it. It's not hard to do. It's what I do. When something piques my interest, I go and listen. If I don't like it, I move on. The Men, New York City. This is killer. This is on the white vinyl. And I actually think I got this from Amazon, which is like maybe once a year I'll get a record from Amazon, or once every couple years. I hate ordering from Amazon. But this one came from Amazon because I had to get out of the UK. And Amazon was the cheapest way to go. And I was holding my breath that it would arrive in one piece, because Amazon is a crapshoot. They'll fucking goddamn stick the goddamn label on the record with no packaging. And this just be like this, and it'll come just a mangled fucking disaster. Ask Sam about that. The Men, that's my number 3. My number 2, and it was my number 1 for a while this year, the Bronzed Chorus Aki duo from Greensboro. These are friends of mine. This is a masterpiece from them. It's a 2-piece that's kind of like a chorus of just sound. Hunter plays drums and keyboards, and live he plays the keyboards with his left hand and drums with his right, and has a big bass drum, a lot of heavy booming sound. Still busy on the kit, even though he's using one hand, one arm half the time. And Adam is just brilliant with his effects on the guitar. Very unique band, and just phenomenal live. And it's all instrumental. There's no vocals. Never have been, never will be. And what was cool about this, they sent me a piece of string that was from his Gibson Les Paul guitar, used in the recording of the album, as a bonus. I'll leave links to some of these records as far as like music videos, so to make it easier for you to type in www.youtube.com and look at it and listen to it. This came on a really cool marbled vinyl. This sounds absolutely incredible. The recording is very clear, loud recording. The first song, Pluck, it's distorted on purpose, so don't let that dismay you from moving on past that song if it's not your thing, because the rest of the record, it's more of a clearer sound. That song was done that way on purpose. And like I said, this is a fucking masterpiece from this band. Yeah, on what label is this on? This is on a Private Press label. Joel Hadstad, who used to play in Cinemechanica, mastered this in Athens, Georgia. The OSSEIN label, I'm not even sure how it's said. Bronze Chorus Aki, that's my number 2 on the year. And my number 1, which I've already talked about, is Rid of Me, Access to the Lonely. One of the best heavy records I've ever heard in my life, because it's so diverse and so well written, and so fucking heavy. Knife Hits, Denna Wax, and Iteria Rosenberg, she's the bass player, lead singer. She's so fucking talented, and she pressed these records herself in Philadelphia. She works at the pressing plant there, and she did a great job. They've already released a ton of videos for this. I've talked about this record. The YouTube did my analytics on what I listened to the most on YouTube when I listened to music on there, and Gutted, that song was my top listened to song of the year. They've toured with Kowloon Walled City, so that song has a lot of influence from Kowloon, which is not a bad thing at all. The song Hell of It has a Nirvana. It's like an early Nirvana type feel to it. I've heard her compared to Kurt's wife from Hole, which I think she's better. The Weeknd, that song's great. That closes the album. The song that opens the album, Rid of Me, is great. And there's videos for all these that I'll leave links to. Yeah, very diverse stuff. Rid of Me, out of Philadelphia, noise rock heaviness, born out of the band Fight Amp. Yeah, and there was another band too. Hold on, what was the other band? It escapes me. Oh. Low dose. A lot of the members run low dose prior to me. Those are my favorites of the year. Hope you're well. Peace.